Here are solutions to homework set number 9 for ECE 111. This homework set looks at using Matlab to solve for voltages and currents in a circuit. And the technique used is voltage nodes and current loops. The first problem is voltage nodes. Given a circuit like so, what are the voltages at nodes V0 through V5? Now, one way to do that is to use Circuit Lab. So actually, I would do this homework set backwards. I do Circuit Lab first. You build the circuit in Circuit Lab, do drag and drop, set all the components, and then do DC analysis. Ask what are the voltages at V0 through V5. When you do that, it'll kick out an answer. So here's my DC solver. There's the voltages. That's my target. If I can calculate that using Matlab and get the same answers, I probably did it right. So kind of like saying that you don't need Chegg, you don't need AI, you only need a Circuit Lab. Given a problem, throw it in Circuit Lab. Circuit Lab will tell you what the answers are. As far as calculating it, let's go back to problem number 1. So problem number 1 does voltage nodes. Voltage nodes is really conservation of current. So I've got 6 voltage nodes. I need to write 6 equations for 6 unknowns. The first one's pretty easy. At node 0, the voltage source says that V0 minus 0 equals 10, or V0 equals 10. That one's easy. The rest you got to work for. At node 1, if I send the current to 0, the current left plus the current down plus the current right, I'll have to add to 0. The current left is V1 minus V0 over 30, this term. Current down is V1 over 400. Current right is V1 minus V2 over 35. That's everyone. That's got to balance. That's got to equal 0. At node 2, same story. At node 2, the current left plus the current down plus the current right equals 0. Current left is V2 minus V1 over 35 plus V2 over 500 plus V2 minus V3 over 40 equals 0. Repeat for node 3, 4, 5, gives you 6 equations, 6 unknowns. And kind of a note, there's a couple ways you can do it. I personally like summing the currents from the node. If you do that, you get a pattern. At node 1, all the V1s are positive, everyone else is negative. At node 2, all the V2s are positive, everyone else is negative. Likewise at 3, 4, 5. In addition, check the units. I have volts over ohms as amps plus amps plus amps. All the units match up. If I ever did anything like this, I'd have amps plus volts. That's nonsense. You know you got a mistake. The units have to match up. The signs have to match up. If you do that, then you might have the right equations. And in this case, we do. Once you write the equations, it's then solved. And kind of a note, when you take circuits 1, this is typically the answer for a test question. It's write the equations. On homework sets, I can throw in Matlab and solve. In homework, what I would do is I would group all the terms, put all the V1s, V2s, V3s together. So if I do that, take the equations and group them. Here's all the V0s, V1s, V2s. Do that for each equation. I can then put that in matrix form. So in matrix form, if I set it up as V0 through V5, again, what I like doing is just reminding myself, first column is times V0, V1, V2, 3, 4, and 5. The first equation, V0 equals 10, is 1 times V0 is 10. Second equation, minus 1/30th V0, is this term, plus that mess times V1, minus 1/35th times V2, equals 0. Likewise for equation 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now, solve 6 equations, 6 unknowns. To do that, I throw that in Matlab. Here's my A matrix. Here's my B matrix. The voltage is inverse of A times B. So to do that, put that in Matlab. This is a pretty big matrix. So I'm going to do the first row, second row, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. Put them all together. Find B. Take the inverse of A times B. And here's what I calculate. If you did it right, that should match Circuit Lab. So again, going back to Circuit Lab, build it in Circuit Lab. Here's Circuit Lab answer. There's my Matlab answer. They match up, saying that at least I'm consistent. If they match up, you probably did it right. So again, like saying you don't need Chegg, you don't need ChatGPT, you don't need AI. All you need is Circuit Lab. Once you have Circuit Lab, I can tell you what the answer is. This is also why on tests and homeworks, you got to show your work. If this is all that I turn in on the homework, you're not going to get much credit because I can't tell. Did you do any work or did you just use Circuit Lab? These steps earlier are important. They show me that you know what you're doing. You're doing voltage nodes. So that's the first problem. The second set of problems looks at current loops. If I have a circuit like this, I've got 5 windows. I can define 5 different currents. But put the current in each window, each going clockwise, I have 5 unknown currents. If I can write 5 equations for 5 unknowns, I can solve for I1 through I5. Once again, what I would do is first do Circuit Lab. Kind of fast forward. In Circuit Lab, here's my circuit. When I do a solver, if I click on the left side of that resistor, a little dot will come up. That'll tell me the current going right. Over here, when I say what do I want to look at, I want to look at this current. I'll move the cursor around until I see a dot. When I see it, click on it, and they'll tell me the current through R2, R3, R4. This current is I1. This current is I2. This is I3, and so on. When I do a solver, I then get the answers. So here's the current through R1. That's I1, I2, I3, I4, I5. There's my target. I want to get these currents, or for simplicity, I want I5 to be 6.290 milliamps. How do I calculate that? Well, that's current loops. Current loops is based on conservation of voltage. As I go around any closed loop, if I wind up where I started, the voltages have to add to 0. So start with I1. Going around this loop, summing the voltages to 0. I'll first start right here. I first encounter the 10 volt source. I hit the minus sign first, so there's minus 10. I then add this voltage. That's I times R, 30 ohms times the current going right. Current going right is I1. Plus 400 ohms times the current going down. Current down is I1 minus I2. So this voltage is 400, I1 minus I2. I'm back where I started. That's got to equal 0. Second loop. So go around I2. Let's start from here. As we go up, 400 times the current going up, I2 minus I1, plus 35 times the current going right, plus 35 I2, plus 500 times the current going down, 500 I2 minus I3, I'm back where I started, equals 0. Likewise, at loop 3, 4, 5, gives you 5 equations, 5 unknowns. Now it's kind of arbitrary what currents you define and what the directions are. If you stick with one current in each window, all going clockwise, you get a pattern. If you notice, around loop I1, all the I1s are positive, everyone else is negative. Around loop I2, all the I2s are positive, everyone else is negative. Likewise for loop 3, 4, 5, so there's no sign errors. And the units have to match up. I have volts, plus volts, plus volts. All these are volts, the units all match up. So again, if I do something like this, if I forget this term, I've got volts, plus amp, plus ohms. That's nonsense. Something's wrong. If I forget this term, I've got volts, plus amps. Again, nonsense. Can't do that. The units have to match up. If the signs look good, the units match up, you might have the right equations. In this case, we do. To solve, I group the terms. So group all the I1s, I2s, I3s together, rewrite the equations. I wind up with this. Now put that in matrix form. Arbitrarily, I'll make the order I1 through I5. As a reminder, this first column is times I1, times I2, times I3, I4, and I5. The first equation says 430I1 minus 400I2 is 10. Second equation, minus 400I1 plus 935I2 minus 500I3 equals 0, and so on. Putting that in a matrix, let's call this matrix A, this matrix B, then the current is inverse of A times B. So inputting that, here's the first row, second row, third, fourth, fifth row, stack them all together, here's A. Here's B, current is inverse of A times B, and to match up with Circuit Lab, multiplied by 1,000, that's the current in milliamps. And if I check, the answer in Circuit Lab matches up with the answer in Matlab. If the two match up, you probably did it right. So that is homework set number 9 for ECE 111, current loops and voltage nodes. Actually for the next 4 years, those are the two main techniques you're going to use to analyze circuits. You kind of beat those techniques together. Voltage nodes always works. Current loops usually works. If you get really good at voltage nodes, current loops, you can pretty much solve any circuit. And the heart of it is n equations and unknowns. That's why you take Math 129 linear algebra. N equations and unknowns is a trick that we use over and over again. Matlab is really good at solving n equations and unknowns. And that is homework set number 9 for ECE 111.